Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, as usual, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start it off by giving all the glory and infinite praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah HaKadosh, the abundance of the elders and the apostles of that millstone. Peace and blessings be to Allah Akim, now pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shalom, and Yahweh Shema Shah Barakathon. So I ain't came up with a title that I'm going to put on this lesson yet, but I got this video pulled up that I'm going to play with this Edomite, and I'm assuming that he had went and took one of the Neuralink trials, and he gets into the advantages that he has over people who ain't went and took that what. All right, and as he's explaining this shit, Joe Rogan, dude's face is all lit up. He woed about this shit. All right, and what I was thinking about was how what Esau gonna do is all these Jake celebrities, who Jake be thinking is cool and shit, the trendsetters or whatever, Esau is gonna use them to basically make this shit seem cool to Jake. All right, probably, because I remember I was watching the lesson with the elders breaking it down on how, you're gonna be able to pull up holograms and shit. You'll be able to make a phone call just by thinking about it. Shit, if you don't know Spanish, all you gonna be able to do is download that shit within an instant, and you'll be able to speak Spanish. All right, and I remember a couple years back, this Edomite, he posted this shit on the Snap. I went to school with him. He was talking about how, if we think he should go and sign up for the Neuralink trials to get his vision back. All right, and these is all miracles on the left hand side for the so-called white man. If he say shit like this, like, you'll be able to walk if you ain't never been able to walk. You was born paralyzed or some shit, or if you got into an accident and it just cut off some shit in your spinal cord or whatever, you'll be able to walk if you take it. Jake is gonna fall for that shit. All right, Jake gonna fall for it just because they see other Jakes taking it. And one thing about it too is that once you take that technology, you basically become one with this shit, and this video proves that. Which is why, once you take it, it's up. You know what I'm saying? Once you take it, you basically telling Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai that the so-called white man is your God. Because the way he explains it is that, it controls the way he thinks type shit. It makes it faster, it sends signals faster and all that. When he's playing the game, it's like everything is faster. And it just basically shows you how he's born with that technology, man. All right, but I'm going to play it and I'm going to grab some scriptures.
Oh, dude, yeah, that brings up another thing. Like, I basically have an aimbot in my head. So, that's crazy. Yeah, they'll probably have, like, different leagues for people like me because it's just not fair. Wow, is it that accurate? It's that accurate, and it's faster. One thing that I found with the Neuralink is something that kind of blew my mind too, is that when I'm attempting to do stuff sometimes, or I'm thinking it to like move in a certain place, sometimes it's so good that it's moving before I even like think it to move. It's almost like if you think about moving your hand, the signal is basically already being sent before you move your hand. Like your mind is saying, okay, he's about to move his hand basically. So the signal needs to be sent all the way down and back up in order for you to move your hand. So the speed that all that... You'll be able to play shooters like Call of Duty. Yeah.
And this is a lesson I'm going to have to be a little careful with, just for the simple fact of what I'm talking about. And I wouldn't even be surprised if Esau take this shit down, and I ain't even really said nothing for real. All right, but this is the book of Revelation 16, in verse 13. It says, "And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon." All right, and if I'm not mistaken, those 3 unclean spirits, one is what is it? I think the money system, the military, and I forgot what the third one is. All right, but if I'm not mistaken, it's the so-called white man power. It says like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet, which is, talking about the Vatican, because all religions stem from the Roman Catholic Church. All right, they basically all a branch off. It says, for they are the spirit of devils working miracles. All right, and this shit is just a fraction of the miracles that the so-called white man got on the left-hand side. All right, like I was getting into. And as a matter of fact, now that I think about it, I remember at the beginning of 2023, whenever Elon Musk rolled out those those what, a motherfucker took it and allegedly he was able to walk. And he was never able to walk before that. These is all miracles on the left hand side. Just say how there's miracles on the right hand side, like how Yahweh and the disciples was, healing the dead, the maimed, the sick, the lame and all that. Esau got that type of power, like when you're reading the book of Exodus, Moses was going to perform a miracle on the right hand side. Pharaoh and his had his Chaldees, if that's what you want to call them, his sorcerers and shit, perform the same miracles on the left hand side. All right, and what this technology is, that's basically this man's power on the left hand side. The Most High has allowed him to do certain things, just to show a little power, because when Yahushua come back, he gonna dethrone this man, and that's gonna be the ultimate sign of power right there. All right, but yeah, going back to 2023, somebody had took that shit and was able to walk allegedly. All right, and going back to my point again, when people see this, they gonna look at that and they gonna be deceived by it, and especially whenever the economy is really through for and it's done with. Nobody has jobs and shit, and Esau basically created a hole for desperation where people would do anything and everything just to be comfortable again. They gonna start rolling out that shit. They gonna roll it out, and you best believe people gonna line up and take it. And if I go through the comments, it's just gonna be a bunch of goofy shit in here. Like, look, if I if I clear my Neuralink search history, it's a lot of people that's not really taking this shit seriously. But this is the next big step. All right, walking around and the way of transactions and buying and selling and shit is today, it's gonna be over with. All right. They funding billions of dollars to Ukraine, and if I'm not mistaken, I just heard that they sending that shit back. They sending that shit back, and now you go to the store, shit is higher. Prices is higher than what it was a week ago, and I noticed that shit with me and my rib when we went to the store. What was it? I think it was today. Like damn, it like over $1 higher, and like just for fucking hygiene. All right, so the dollar is strategically being devalued. Because once that shit crash, they gonna roll in that digital system, and that's gonna be the new way. This is why they so focused on pushing that metaverse this, metaverse that, digital this, digital that. Alright. So like I'ma just peek through this a little bit. So what is damn near AI? That's the base. That's exactly what that shit is. That artificial intelligence. Alright. And they basically want to make you one with technology. Fucking what was it? I think his name was N3UR0L. He was talking about it. I would never get that bullshit. And see, it's people that say that now. But like I said, once Esau create that hole for desperation, that pressure from above, pressure from below, you trapped in on all sides. You ain't got nowhere to go. You ain't got no hope because you ain't serving the Most High. You gonna go take that bullshit. Just wait till the internet goes out. And this is why you gonna have these different 15-minute cities that's gonna have internet and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that this man, because he gonna try to fill his belly. All right, and the Most High gonna allow him to, to have a little run and shit. All right, but let me go back to the scripture real quick. So backing up, Revelation 16:14 says, "For they are the spirit of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yahweh Almighty." All right. and they gonna work them miracles, man. You know what I'm saying? When people look at the technology of the so-called white man, this man able to bring people so-called back from the dead and shit by shocking them. You know, he can perform open heart surgery. You know, he can stick a device in, you know, your neurological system and make you think faster and pull up holograms and shit like that. That's considered to be a miracle. All right. And it's gonna be people that's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be deceived by that shit, especially Jake, because one thing about Jake has always been a downfall of Jake. Our people has always sold out against one another. You know, when you read in Isaiah the 64th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, talk about those that are basically sat at that table with that troop. All right. When you sit at a table, you know, you basically, you know, you're making deal arrangements, you know, deals, arrangements. You know, when you eat, you partaking in the same, you know, you basically in the same spirit. All right, so our people that's up in the upper echelon and shit, that's out here pushing that satanic shit, you know, telling Jake, you know, just basically misleading Jake. They gonna be the ones that's gonna ultimately mislead your ass into taking that MOTB, man. All right, but and what was I finna get right here? All right, so this is the book of 2 Thessalonians 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed." All right, and this man has been revealed for who he truly is. All right. If you don't know who your enemy is, if you can't understand that the so-called white man is that devil throughout the earth, and the devil that the so-called, not that the so-called Salaki, but the devil that the Bible speaks of, then you don't know what the fuck is going on. All right, you've been blinded. The Most High truly just don't love you, man, because it's not hard to see that, hey, this man is a damn demon. You know what I'm saying? I remember I got on TikTok and I seen people yapping about how, you know, ain't nobody responsible for how fucked up the earth is besides so-called white people. All right, so hey, it's out there. Everybody know that this man did wicked shit and still is to this day. You know, all the people responsible for coming to missing. Who behind that shit? Come on, everybody knows this. All right, and what proves that is you get on social media. It's people that talk about it, people that follow it. All right, but then you got those that's in the mix that just, you know, in la la land. They say, and then shall that bit, Salakia. Damn, what was I just at? They say, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, right, which is the prophets. You know what I'm saying? You got brothers that's revealing who this man is day in and day out. All right? Shit, it started with us. Starting with the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone first. All right? It say, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. And that's a lying wonder, man. All right? And power and signs. It's saying with all the deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish because they receive not the love of the truth that they might be saved. And that's the only way, you know what I'm saying, that you're not going to go and take that shit. Is if you truly locked in with these scriptures, man. The scriptures go, when you read the book of Matthew, I think it's the 6th chapter, but it goes into the parable of, you know what I'm saying, those that build their house upon their sand and that stone. All right, you gotta be built upon that stone when it comes to being in this truth. You gotta have a strong foundation because this man is gonna try to get you. All right, and he gonna get a lot of our people because our people just don't know what the fuck going on. Even if they know it's the MOTB, they'll fuck around and still take it because in their head they like, shit, God can forgive everything. You know what I mean? But that's still being ignorant because when you read, that's clearly something that you can't repent from. So this is why you gonna have to be grounded in this thing. Hey, when that time come, man, and shit is coming. They gonna fuck around and come within the next few months, the next few weeks. Who knows? Would it be in July 4th coming up? Well, hey, what if Esau fuck around and send out a national alert and say that there's a possible cyber attack on this day? You never know, man. And All right, verse 11, it says, "And for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie." All right? And that strong delusion is going to be, these fucking, you'll be able to live forever and shit like that. And Esau talking about how he'll able to download your conscience and something else and you'll be able to live forever. That's a fucking delusion. But again, you're going to have Jake that's going to eat that up. All right, because one thing about Jake is Jake like to hear that sweet shit, that cool shit that feel good to the flesh. All right, at the end of the day, it's gonna lead you to getting your ass hit with a missile, because that's what's coming. And those who do take it, I got to go ahead and get it since we talking about it, man. But this is the book of Revelations 14, at verse 9. It saying the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, "If any man worship the beast and its image, right, you gonna be a partaker of this man's agenda." All right, and receive his mark in his forehead, the neural, or in his hand. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Right? Hey, no chaser. Hey, that judgment is gonna be straight and pure. It's saying he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So you're gonna be left over here to melt, man, if you take it. All right, because as I was getting into in the beginning of this lesson, you basically become one with that technology. And once you become one with it, you basically saying that, the so-called white man is your God. All right. But that's pretty much the point that I wanted to get on this. There's a couple other scriptures I can get into, but I don't want to rant too much. But with that being said, N3UR0L, the point was proven that the lesson was edifying. N3UR0L, Esau don't flag this mug, man. But if he do, shit is what it is. The word of the Most High don't go out on void. All right, but with that being said, Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Shabrak Thumb, and the Baba Bar.